Okay, check that game trail out. Look at it, it's like a super highway. We're way back in here. Nobody comes in here. Come here. Let's go right here. Come here, yeah. Yeah. Come here. Come right up here. How's my girl? I got Rhea and Kai with me today. We're having a phenomenal hike, and we're at the far north end of the Rim Trail, and this trail is used by no one but me, and only rare do I ever get up here. But this trail is a super highway from the game. There's got to be so much traffic on it. It's like a super highway, and it's big game because the branches are clear up to my shoulders, like I just have to push through a little bit. But we're having a wonderful hike. There's no water on this trail, so we're going to turn here and go back. We have water at the other end of this. But this is my series, 2-dog series, and it's a brand new series I decided to do. I had been doing some survival dog prepping series, and I was pretty happy with that. And we're getting good responses on that, but I'm going to talk about the 2-dog series a little more today. The first one I talked about a Norwegian male and a Swedish female. This is the type of Swedish female I'm talking about. This is Rhea. She's a big girl, and she's fully capable, this dog. This dog has skills beyond compare. Now, this is a fairly intense dog in that she likes to hunt all the time. You kind of let her go, she likes to hunt. And I trained her a little different than Raven and Ayla. I wanted Ayla and Raven to be off-leash dogs. And Rhea, I wanted her to kind of give Ark a hand a bit too, and Anya in gate management. Now, today my series is going to be about having 2 of the big Swedes. Jamthund male and Jamthund female. And so you can just imagine pairing up Ark and Rhea, for example. Now I've got Jamthunds coming, and that's why I can do this series right now. I've got 2 litters of them coming. And so we have the very best Jamthund litters coming, and they're phenomenal. So we'll have these pups I'm talking about. Now, if I was starting over, not going breeding, just looking for 2 dogs, and if I was in a situation where I was thinking, well, I would like to, look after my yard, look after my house, look after my, all that kind of stuff, all the, the family, everything. And let's just say you're in a situation where you're awake and you understand that 2-legged predators are going to be coming hot and heavy here right away. They're here now. Then, of course, I would choose these 2, and I would not socialize them, and I would have my gate fenced, my yard around the house, that sort of thing, because these dogs are extremely skilled, and they have a wider range on protection end than the Norwegians for the most part. Now, the old Norland lines, nobody's trying to match Old Dakota and Tora, but Ark and Rhea are extreme capable, and they are very, very good at keeping the gate closed and nobody coming in. They're extremely good at that. Now, for a lot of people, this is not front and center in their mind, and that's totally okay. This is for those of you that understand that our world is changing at a rapid pace. I don't know where it's headed, but I do know that it's 2023, and in 7 years' time, at 2030, we'll have 2 more, possibly 3 brand new Torontos, like cities the size of Toronto in Ontario. 2, maybe 3. That's how fast Ontario will grow, all from immigration. We'll have a new Edmonton, a new Calgary. If you can imagine just plopping 2 more cities down on Highway 2, the size, one of Edmonton, the size of Calgary. And we're going to have another Vancouver, just boom, just plopped out there in the next 7 years. Last couple of years in a row, I think we brought in $1.1 million, $1.2 million, something like that per year. And for those of you that don't know, 90% of those were 35-year-old males, and they came here to breed white women. That's what they came for. And so there's a satanic policy that's open border, and it's coming. And and the U.S., our neighbor to the south, they got rampant issues coming there too. So people are starting to wake up and become aware that, hey, there's changes coming. Now, I just want to showcase just a very simple scenario, and I've seen it on the videos and on different awareness and prepping sites, and there's a real risk for carjacking right now. And I'll tell you what, you just pull up to a store, even pull up to a little store, boom, somebody grabs your car, kids in it or not, and they're gone with your car. Now, I can tell you what, if somebody opened my SUV with Ark and Rhea in it and jumped in there, they would not leave. They wouldn't be able to get out. They'd be drug into the back, and that'd be the end of them. The beauty of dogs like this is they're watching all the time, 100% of the time. You pull up somewhere, if you don't see somebody approaching, don't worry, these two do. These dogs are fully aware. Dakota was an absolute, unbelievably gifted dog in that regard, because he could see them coming way before me, and just absolute terror. So they don't even come near the car, right? People are like, whoa, don't go over there. So now that's what you really want to have when you're coming into these situations that are coming up. You want to have a pair of dogs that you can trust the kids with, trust the family with. You know, your wife can go to town with these two, and she can get in and out of the car with them and have no issues with them, but nobody's getting in the car with her. And she wants to load her groceries. They're both sitting beside her. She's going to be able to load her groceries, believe me. Now, you all know that Sweden's the rape capital of the world right now, and the reason for it is their immigration policies, of course. And so almost every family over there now is starting to realize they missed the whole boat, because you got one woman walking down that side of the street, a young woman, she's got Ark, and this woman's got nobody, and they're both coming home from somewhere, and it's dark out. Who's getting targeted? Not the woman with Ark. And so just the sheer fact that you got the dog walking home is enough. You all know, we see it all the time, these women are running around these park trails doing their jogging, doing their exercise. People right there. Well, the one running with Rhea and Ark isn't having any trouble. I can guarantee you that. And they don't want to target women with dogs like this. The looks alone are enough for them to leave you alone, let alone getting close and the dog is coming at them. This dog has enough bite strength to break every bone in your hand in one bite. And I've watched Dakota take the hind leg of a pork and eat it right in front of me. bones and all. I mean, literally ate all the bones right in front of me. In 15 minutes, it was all gone. And every bone in that pork was bigger than my bone all the way to my shoulder. These dogs have 400 to 500 pound bite strength force, is extremely high, and they've had that for centuries. Their tooth strength is extremely strong. Now, they're so loyal and so family oriented and so pack oriented. That's why the Vikings loved these dogs so much, is because they were loyal to the pack. Now, that's the advantage with an instinctive rich dog that's loyal to the family. You don't have to train all these features. They're in the dog. And you do some training, you do some work, yes, but it's primarily how you socialize and who you socialize with and so on and so forth. Now, if I was starting over keeping 2 Jamthunds, male and a female, they would not meet no one. And I mean no one. They would be not socialized at all outside of my family. Dakota, of course, was a perfect example. He knew 4 people, and that was the people in the family. That was it. And so the key with using the instincts in the dog is keep them away from all the people. So that's where nowadays I think people are starting to say, oh man, they're looking at a survival situation, a survival dog. They may have to get out, stay out here, but they also realize that they may have to survive right in the city and right in the acreage. And what's happening is the dog has to be versatile enough to be in those environments and look after you out here. Now, there's no question they're going to look after you out here. This dog was originally from the Jämtland region in Sweden. It's the highest bear density population in the world at that time, and it's an extremely gifted dog for out here looking after you. These dogs can handle just about anything. They got a superior nose. They're fearless. They don't cause you problems, but they sure aren't backing down from anything. And coming out here with 2 of these, unbelievably beneficial if you're in regions where there's a ton of stuff that you're not sure of. And I'm talking stuff that's coming up. We're cleaning tunnels all over the world, and there's stuff coming up that we haven't seen, like unfathomable evil, right? So if you're going out into those regions where they're working and doing that, where the boys are in there cleaning, and that's coming up, you better have a couple of these and some serious autoloaders. Like it's situations that we haven't encountered before in our time, and it's a different time in history, and we got to look at things with wide open eyes, and we got to pay attention, and we got to be prepared. And it's much easier to be prepared than it is to say, oh shit, I should have had 2 of those, once your car's driving away. And that's the key with being prepared, is lots of times you'll never need it just because of the sheer, they see 2 dogs in that SUV tearing the headrest off waiting for you to get there. Not that they're tearing the headrest off, but you know what I mean. Some freak looking at eyeballing your Land Rover, and he wants to think, oh, I wouldn't mind borrowing that. And Ark stands up and looks at him and says, yeah, come on in, buddy. Little Gant. He's not coming, you see. It's just, sometimes it's as simple as that, right? And we've got to also look at all the satanic folks that are now aware that we're taking them out. The white hats are gone with them guys. They're removing them from Earth. And the ones that they haven't got yet, they know they're going, so they want to cause trouble. They want to take some people with them. That's their nature. They want to do bad things. And good people can't believe the evil that these people want to do. Well, it's high time we started to wake up. Come up here. Come up here. Rhea, Come on. Come right up here, girl. Come on. Good. We gotta start waking up because we're getting taken advantage of. The evil's been all around us all these years. We haven't even seen it. We've been sound asleep. But now we know. And we know it's going to get chaotic in the final areas and the final times, and it's going to spread out to areas that we would never have thought of. And I'll tell you what, much better to have a couple of these and have just great dogs, great hiking companions, great family dogs, but at the same time helping you protect your bacon at the same time. You know what I mean? It's we've got to look at all aspects. Of course, I'm not denying the fact that you should walk around loaded all the time. You should have all your weapons with you all the time. Everybody should leave home. If you're leaving home without your weapons now, God help you. God's got to help you too. You got to pray. You got to give thanks. You got to ask for forgiveness, all that stuff too. But He also told us, pay attention to what's going on and help ourselves as well. And these dogs are designed from centuries ago to give us a hand. And there's a huge difference in just sheer looks as to which one's going to take you down between these two. I mean, just looks alone. Kai's totally capable dog. She'll tie you in, but a huge difference if this dog jumps up in the fence and looks you in the eyeball versus Kai looking you, a little lower down. So, and Ark's even bigger. Passo's even taller. Paso jumps up in the fence, looks over the fence, right? Him and Ark. But at this stage of the game, with all the stuff that I'm seeing, and I'm not the only one. I mean, there's millions and millions of us seeing it. Turn this way, Reed. Just turn this way. Yeah, come up here. Good. Now we got to start thinking. Now, it's one of those situations where 4 years ago, I would never thought I'd be doing a video like this 4 years ago. Not a chance. I've learned so much in 4 years. Wow. I mean, 3 years ago I was doing a video saying way to go to the healthcare workers for dealing with something. Well, you won't catch me doing that video today. I mean, it's a whole different world. We understand things differently now. We were, lots of stuff was hidden. But it ain't hidden anymore. And for us to go around with our head in the sand is not going to help. And I happen to have the ability to raise a set of dogs with full instincts intact, and I have the breed of dogs that have that behavior. They have the old instinct. I got the old dogs from Aussie, and Satu, Beth and Russ have Rico. He's one of the original dogs that came, and they got the Satu bloodline right there, and this is a Rico daughter. I mean, a phenomenal daughter, and this is an Anya daughter. I mean, right out of Aussie's, he's a master breeder over there. Now Aussie's in the far north of the Karelian district, no English, no nothing, and he don't breed babies. He's full-on bear dogs. No, you just wait. I don't want you with her right now. You just hang tough. They're full-on bear dogs, so they're not scared of nothing, and they got all the instincts intact, and they're the old school. They don't think they should be all that friendly. Now, Rico is ultra-friendly, so he tapers that out and does that, but these here, they can tell the difference between an evil person and a good one, and they got the capabilities. Kai, you come on up so she's not looking for you down there. But I have the dogs right now coming in about 8 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. we're going to have 2 litters out of the best Jamthunds in the world, and now's the time. And you can get a male and a female now at the same time, and you should get siblings. You should get them out of the same litter, and we'll select 2 that are nursing side by side, 2 that come out one after another. You know, a lot of people don't realize that, but when a female comes out and a male comes out, if somebody's looking for a male and a female, you see it, try and remember those 2, and then I watch where they go nursing. And you'll watch those 2 will nurse side by side, and they'll stay side by side, and then a lone one will come out, and he'll go to the front. He'll nurse somewhere else. But lots of times if 2 come fast, boom, boom, and they come together, and it's a male and a female, those dogs, they'll hang together for life. They'll nurse together, they'll stay together, they play together, they stay alone together. You can spot them in the litter like nothing. And I've picked so many sibling pairs that are so fantastic. I've probably placed more sibling pairs than any breeder in North America. I mean, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I have so many sibling pairs. Now, you can get dogs from different litters, and you can get them at different times, and as long as I like to keep them genetically connected. So I have a family. Elvis was the very first male I ever placed, Jamthund male, and they're picking up the female from Varela and Ark. That's Ark's brother, Elvis. And so they're getting Elvis. Now, Elvis full-on, full-tilt protection dog. Like, serious big boy, 95 pounds, no messing with him. He's easy going, meet people all day long, but wow, yeah, he can come alive. And they hike in some remote terrain. They're way up north, northern Saskatchewan. They're rugged, they're outdoors, they're hiking. There's like this, and bears everywhere, all kinds of stuff, wolves, everything there. So, but I got the dogs coming, and it's a good time right now to do it. So, Kai, come on up. Where are you? Come on up. This is a good trail for us today. We're in the shade, and come on, Kai. We're not in the direct sunlight out here, and it's been a really good hike, but I'm going to take them back to the water. But I will get a lot of comments on this video, I'm sure, and we'll go forward from there. My next series, I'm talking about 2 Norwegians. So that will be fun too. That will be a great video. I mean, I placed more Norwegian pairs than any.